this video is about how to get rid of that difficult rogue director, the one that is working against the partnership, making everybody's life miserable. Hi, I'm Christopher Burgon. I own and run Christopher Burgon Solicitors. We're a specialist commercial and litigation law firm based in London. This video is for people who are partners, members in an LLP. That's a limited liability partnership, of course. And this video is about how to get rid of that difficult rogue director, the one that is working against the partnership, making everybody's life miserable. The first question is, do you have a partnership agreement? And does the partnership agreement say anything about removing partners from the LLP? If either you don't have an agreement or it's silent about removing partners, then you're in trouble, because you cannot remove a partner from an LLP if it doesn't set out how to do it or give you that authority in a partnership agreement. So what can you do in those situations? Well, it's pretty difficult. The LLP Regulations of 2001 help you out. Section 7 of those regulations is pretty explicit. It says that if a partner is making profits in competition with the LLP, then they must account to you for those profits, so you could build a case against them to recover damages and then maybe negotiate their exit based on that. But let's stress this: if you don't have a partnership agreement, or the partnership agreement doesn't mention anything about removing partners, you cannot kick anybody out of the LLP. What's the answer to that? The answer is, of course, to get a partnership agreement or a properly drafted one. What if you do already have a partnership agreement and it does give you the authority to kick out a partner? Well, happy days? Well, maybe, not quite, because you still have to be really very careful. I mean, it's going to depend on what the partnership agreement says, but there are still rules that you need to abide by. First of those rules is you must have a good reason. You can't just say, we don't like you, we're going to kick you out. You have to have a good reason for removing a partner from an LLP. You also have to follow the procedure. Procedure may be set out in the partnership agreement. If it is, you have to follow it assiduously. If you don't, the partner can complain that proper procedure hasn't been followed, and kicking them out can be deemed invalid, and they'll still be there, they'll still be part of the LLP. Regardless of the procedure that you have, or if there's no procedure, you have to follow the rules of natural justice. What is natural justice? Well, it's giving somebody an opportunity to put their side of the story, basically. So that means that you have to allow your partner, the one you want to kick out, you have to allow them to put their side of the story, maybe even go as far as to get somebody independent to assess the situation to see if the reasons that they're being kicked out for are valid. Of course, what you have to make sure is that there's nothing discriminatory in the reasons why you're kicking somebody out of the partnership. As I say, you have to have good reasons, you have to follow procedure, you have to be in accordance with natural justice. Even if all of that wasn't enough, the partnership, if it's trying to get a partner out of a business, has to show that it's acting in good faith. You have to have a genuine reason to do it. You can't just be pursuing a personal vendetta to get rid of someone. Closely aligned to the idea of acting in good faith is that you can't just be seen to be arbitrarily using your power under the partnership agreement to get rid of someone. Also, you've got to think about the aftermath. Even if you are able to successfully remove someone, what's going to happen in the aftermath? Do they have restrictive covenants that need to be enforced? Or will you have to come to some kind of agreement with them that when they leave, they won't compete with the business, or there'll be some kind of restriction on how they trade afterwards? There you go. You're in an LLP with somebody you don't want to be there. You want to get rid of them. If there's no partnership agreement, you've got real problems. You have to negotiate with them, possibly based on recovering damages from them. If you do have a partnership agreement, you can remove them, but you have to be very, very careful, and you have to have very good reasons. I hope that was helpful. If you're in an LLP and would like some more information or would like to speak to us, then please get in touch. Getting in touch is really pretty easy. Please go to the website, click the book a meeting button. That takes you through to my calendar. That'll get you a half-an-hour meeting with me on Teams. That's entirely free of charge, free of obligation. It will be great to speak to you. Alternatively, drop us an email, tell us a little bit about your case, or give us a call and we'll call you back. Even if that's too much trouble, just leave a message underneath this video or ask us a question and we'll get back to you. Thanks very much.